हरे ओम। राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। राधे 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 माधव राधे 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 गोविंद राधे। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन राधे। जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेव जय सुभद्रा जय सुदर्शन। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी नयन पथगामी भव तुम्हें। निताय 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 गौरांग निताय गौरांग जय गौर हरे। गौर 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 हरे। जय सच्चिनंदन गौर हरे। जय 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 गुरुदेव 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 गुरुदेव। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanitham Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanitam Sa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate गोपेश गोपीकांत राधाकांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिस्वरूप दामोदर स्वामिनिति नामिने नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने. You can come little bit this side, it's possible. Move to this side, closer, because no mic, so better be closer. Hare Krishna. So we will be discussing today value education, the learning from Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, sloka number 42 to 72. The nature of mind, vasana. What is vasana? The deep-rooted desire, intelligence and control over it, consequences of illicit relationship, and the essence of true detachment, transforming the mind through devotional service, performing duty, Buddhi Yoga, and detachment from the results of actions, taking shelter of Krishna and attaining spiritual liberation, qualities of a pure devotee, and the path to steady, intelligent, self-regulations, peace, and spiritual attainment at death. Second chapter is like summary. So initially, Arjuna was confused on so many subjects. He was bewildered, unable to keep the bow in his hand, miserly weakness, karpanya dosa upahata svabhava pruchhamitam dharma samudha cheta. So in the beginning, Lord Krishna given him the knowledge of Sankhya philosophy and Buddhi Yoga, the process of devotional service through which, by applying the true intelligence, how he can regulate his senses, his actions, his intelligence, and can attain peace. So all these subjects we can go through. Are you all ready to stay little longer? Are you all ready? Okay. Mind is very powerful. Why? This is most important questions. Everyone should ask. Huh? Is mind weak? Are you able to conquer mind? Huh? Whatever mind say, can you go against it? Huh? Don't you want to go against it? Sometimes you want, right? But still you are unable to do. So that means mind is very powerful, right? Why? Because mind's energy is something more than your energy. It has the fullest of your energy. Whatever energy you have, mind has all those energy. Plus something. What is that plus? Plus material energy. It has Maya Shakti. Right? It has the energy of Maya along with all of your energy. Why? Because you have given up your identity. Sambandha. Who you are. Who you are. मम एव अंश जीवलोके जीवभूत सनातन मनः षष्ठानि इंद्रियाणि प्रकृति में स्थान कर्षति. Along with mind, 5 other senses are together 6 senses. Karsati pulls them. How they want to act? You are acting being a puppet of mind. Why? Because you have given up your identity. You are part and parcel of Krishna. But you have forgotten that. Krishna bhuli sei jiva anadi bahirmukha ateva maya tarde sansarara dukha. So Maya give you the suffering. Through what? Mind. Mind is the tool of Maya Shakti. Why? Just magnet is having magnetism. Right? So mind is having material energy or Maya Shakti. Right? Magnet will be attracting magnetic substances, be it iron, nickel, cobalt, or whatever else. Right? My magnet will attract magnetic substances. Mind will attract material enjoyment. If magnet is covered with some dust or some, you may put it inside the ditch and take it back. Can it attract? Can it attract magnetic substances? No. That means there is a principle. When magnet is remain free, means no insulation over it. If magnet remain uninsulated, then it will behave with its magnetic abilities. But if it is insulated, then it will not. Atmano hi atmano bandhu atmara ripur atmana. This mind can be your enemy. This mind can be your friend. You have to tame your mind. But for that, you have to first know that you are not mind. That principle is called Tad Atma Iti. Mind, take your position. When you are enjoying senses, you are eating rasgulla, enjoying movies, mobile, YouTube, and many obscene things are in mobiles. Who is enjoying? Do you think that your mind is enjoying? You are thinking you are enjoying, right? That means you have given up your identity to mind. Or mind is completely snatched your identity. Whatever energy you have, what is that energy you have? You have Sat, Chit, Ananda. 3 energy you have. That is the basic principles. 3 principles. That is the same principle of God. Sat, Chit, Ananda. You also can be pleasurable, unending, everlasting. That is called Sat. Unending pleasure. Sat, Ananda means unending pleasure. But it should come from Chit. Chit means Vidya. Knowledge. Truth. Vidya. But mind is giving it or getting it from avidya. Understanding? Avidya means material energy. Vidya means spiritual energy. The association with God. Hearing, chanting, glorifying, or worshipping. These are vidya. And we are now getting from browsing mobile. Eating food stuff like pizza, burger, all those which are bad for stomach. Junk foods. Which are all denied, their mind attracts. Is not it? All those food, you are from AIMS, right? You know what food to be eaten and what are not, right? But mind is allowing to do that. Being a doctor, you know, but yet you are unable to tame the mind not to take those food which will harm your body. That is the power of mind. First, you know who is your opponent. Anyway, still now you have not identified the opponent itself. You are thinking he is you yourself, right? That is the biggest problem. First, you identify that. That is the mind who is not you, but is resting on you. Who makes mind as his disciple, he is able to make many disciples. A guru should have a first disciple as mind. If he has not got a first disciple of mind, not a simple disciple, should be obedient disciple. However he want, his mind should work. If somebody is claiming a spiritual master or guru, the first thing that he should have the first disciple is mind, not ordinary disciple, first class disciple. Whatever he orders, mind should obey. That means he is able to control the urges of mind. If the urges of mind is controlled, the urges of tongue is also controlled. Everything else will, anger will be controlled. Everything else will be controlled. So controlling mind is the biggest challenge. That was the challenge of Arjuna, right? Even that challenge was for Arjuna. Mind is so powerful, right? And when it has taken the power of the energy of Krishna, Bahiranga Shakti, Maya, material energy, it can even defeat Brahmaji, Shivaji, Vishwamitra, the topmost sages. They can also be defeated. But same time, Haridas Thakur cannot be defeated. You know the story of Haridas Thakur? Do you know? Haridas Thakur, Maya Devi herself become the form of a woman and try to test Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur so respectfully offered the obeisances and begged that please wait, I have to finish my promised round. And what was his promised round? 3 lakh names. Even if we spend 24 hours, we cannot chant 3 lakh names in a day. You should be completely engaged, expert in chanting, then only you can chant. You just keep on chanting. 3 lakh round is not finished. Madhav waited for 3 days. Finally, she failed. There is one more story of Lord Jagannath. The house, how the devotee of Lord Jagannath can also easily defeat Maya. That story is also there. You want to listen? It will means we will not be able to cover slides, but yes, story are the way to remember and understand. Is not it? Because we sometimes think that we are so sinful that we are not eligible to pray God or do devotions. What will happen to us? Sometimes we think, right? But we need motivations by knowing how the devotee got devotions, how they get blessed by the mercy of Lord Jagannath. There is a devotee, his name is Sadanji. He took birth in the family where his father was a butcher, killing animals and selling their meat. It was his fate, karma, or Lord wanted to show how anyone can become devotee. So it was his family who was running over selling meat. Even they were so bad, they were even killing cows. His father one day brought a calf and told his son Sadanji that you need to cut this calf from the leg, because it is very small calf. There is no meat in the body, but there is some meat in the leg. You first cut the leg. But Sadhanji never do like that, because he was very unhappy to see that living entities are being killed or tortured. So he prayed his obeisances and spoke in the ear of the calf, that my father is thinking to kill you this way by hanging your legs. First, you cut your legs. Please forgive me. Then, because of the arrangement of God, even Sadhanji could interpret or understand the language of the calf. Sometimes we have seen our Guru Maharaj. He could understand the language of birds. Our Guru Maharaj, animals. We are so loving to animals. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was dancing in Jharkhand jungle while singing the holy name, tiger, deer, they all dance together. So there is communication when you are having a heart of devotion that can transmit to others. So this way, the calf transmitted that you cannot stop your father killing me, because I killed him in his previous life. But I killed by cutting his head. Please tell him not to cut my legs and give me torture, but kill by cutting my head. It is the karma which returned to me. You cannot stop this law of karma. So I will be killed, but please request to kill by cutting the head directly. Then Sadhanji got a punch in his mind. What a strong rule. Even previous lives, karma, one cannot surpass. He has to suffer. So knowing that, Sadhanji told, this life is useless in wasting in this sinful life. Is there a way that we can counter this karma? That question arises. He kept on searching, found few saintly persons. They told, there is only one way. Jad Brahma Sakhyat Krutiniskoyapi Vinasamayati Vinana Bhogai Apaiti Namas Puranena Tatte Prarabdha Karmoti Virauti Vedaha. There is no other way that you can counter your prarabdha karma. You have to suffer. Even though you do meditation, dhyana, tapasya, dana, japa, brata, all the pious activities you do, you will get its pious merit. You have to enjoy the punya or the pious merit of that. And impious merit you have to suffer. It cannot be dissolved. But there is only one way. Vinasa mayati vinana bhogai, without suffering or enjoying, it cannot be destroyed, but it can be destroyed. Jad Brahma Sakhyat Krutiniskapi Vinasa mayati vina na bhogai api iti nama spurana tatte prarabdha karmoti viroti veda. But when the holy name himself come into your tongue, dance in your heart, enter in your ear, dance in your tongue. Tunde tanda viniratim tunda valilabdhaye karna kroda kadambini ghatayate karnar budhe bhyaspruha chetah prangana sangini vijayate sarva indriyanam krutim. Only holy name can conquer all the reactions of karma. Sarva indriyanam krutim. No other can destroy it. So only by chanting holy name, it can be destroyed. So suddenly come to know that. Since then, he continuously chanted holy name. And he was getting a behavior of first class devotee. So then day passed. Then one day, one saint was going on the road carrying many saligram sila in his bag. One of the saligram sila dropped from his bag near Sadamji. He took the saligram sila. He didn't know whether it is saligram sila. But he was doing his kulabruti. You may say, why he was doing his kulabruti? But it was advised, varnasrama dharma, swaswa karmana avirata samsiddhi labhate nara. Swadharma nidhanam sreya paradharma bhayabhaya. Even somebody is executing his kula dharma, kula bruti, then he is not that blame. We should not blame that much that he is doing as per his kula and dharma. But yes, it is a condemned act to kill animals, right? Condemnable act. So Sadanji was not happy with that. He was not enjoying his duty, but he was never killing animals. His father was forcing him to sell, and he was selling because he had no choice but to obey the father. Right, and he was not that wise. He was a simple devotee, but he had strong faith on the holy name. So then he was doing his duty, even though it is a condemnable act, and he was not happy with that also. But when he was selling, so if it is half kg, then saligram become half kg. If he has to give 5 kg, same saligram, give the weight of 5 kg. So nobody was doubting. They were thinking this is 5 kg stone, that is half kg stone, or 3 kg stone, 10 kg stone. So his job was so easy. He was not required to change the weight. The same stone in one side, same saligram sila one side, and whatever weight he want to give, he was able to do. So his job was easy and he was happy, chanting Hare Krishna every time. One day one saint person come to see the saligram sila and saw that Sankha chakra symbol in that, come to know that this is Adbhuta saligram. How come this person is selling meat in this? What a big offense, knowing that he is butcher. So he thought that this is not the right place and this is an offense. He told Sadanji. Sadanji immediately offered his obeisances and asked the forgiveness and told, dear saint, please take the saligram sila and you do worship. Then the saintly person offered Purusha Sukta mantra, Panchamrita Snan, all these Vedic rituals, everything he did. Finally, Lord gave him voice from the sky. You have done a big offense. You have taken away me from my devotee. I consider it as a big offense. What is that you are chanting in front of me? Don't you know? This Vedic mantra comes from my nostril. And you want to please me with this Vedic mantra. I don't need this Vedic mantra to be pleased. I need a simple heart, love, relationship. Sakrudeva prapanna jaha tava asmi iti cha jachache abhaya sarvada tasmai dadami etad vratam mama. Even if once someone come and surrender, tells me, oh Krishna, you are belonging to me and I am belonging to you. From there I take complete shelter of those devotees. I give complete shelter to those devotees. Asoka, Abhaya, Amruta, Adhara. I give them completely freedom from material miseries, fears, and give them the ultimate source of happiness through hearing, chanting, and glorifying. So this, how do you think that you can please me with Vedic mantra? This is a big offense. Immediately go and give me to my devotee. So the saint came back and prayed Sadamji that you are such great Bhagavata, for whom Lord Krishna himself came and chastised me. I have committed a big sin. Please forgive me. But rather Sadanji asked his forgiveness, that because of you, saintly person only, I could know Saligram. Such a long time I was neglecting Saligram Sila. And this life become useless. So from now, no more family business. Swadharma Tyag. That is a higher state. Earlier he was bound to do Swadharma Tyag. There is a similar story for Lord Jagannath. There was one fisherman. He heard Narayan word from fish. Then he also gave. His name was Raghudas. He also became devotee. So Lord Jagannath is very merciful. Don't think that they are doing some duty which is not as per the religion. So Lord can never give them blessings. Fishermen. Lord Ramchandra also gave blessing to fishermen. So Lord is always merciful to devotees. But after getting the mercy of Lord, they never do the old Swadharma, which is touched with sinful life. So now Sadanji thought, I should never continue this sinful life. He became mendicant, put the Saligram Shila in the bag, his theli bag, and started visiting Sri Kshetrapuri Dham, Lord Jagannath, to see Lord Jagannath. So while coming on the road, he saw that one person is beating the cows, stopping them to drink the water. There are some hundreds of cows are there. Then he came and asked, why you are beating cow? He told that there are hundreds of cows. The well is so deep, I'm unable to take so much of the water. And I also need to take water to home. What can I do? Then Sadanji told, can I help you get the water for all the cows? Then he spent all the day in getting the water and giving the cows, and it became evening. So he went to, and he was hungry, so he went to nearby house to get some alms, and one lady came, seeing the luster of this Sadanji, who is a great celibate devotee. His luster, those who are great celibate devotee, their luster is very attractive. So this woman got attracted and told Sadanji, you no need to go anywhere. You take food here. You don't have to go many houses. What as much food you need, you eat. Sadanji was hungry, so he ate the food. After that, it was already night. So she requested that you also sleep tonight here, and tomorrow morning you again start your journey for Jagannath Puri. So then Sadanji also saw it is night, how he can go somewhere else. And more of that, he was not that much learned or intelligent to know the tricks of others and the instructions of the scriptures also. One should avoid staying any place where women are there. Should stay in ashram or should go sleep in temple or some public places like that. But he was not well trained on those things. Didn't know much. He slept there. At the night, the crooked woman came and asked that, I want your association. Then he told, how can you think like that? You have a husband. And he was not giving sufficient word to protect himself or run away from those places. Was not that much wise. Who? Sadanji. So with that, the woman understood that because my husband is there, he is not interested. If my husband will not be there, then he will be interested. So she immediately cut off the head of the husband and told, my husband is no more. Then suddenly what a raged woman are you? How can you kill your husband? You can kill husband, and how can you think that I will be associating with you? Then knowing that this Sadanji will not come in the trap of the woman tried to threaten her, tried to threaten him, that if you don't associate with me, I will shout and people will come. Then I will tell them that you are trying to offend me. My husband protested and you killed him. Now you have the choice. Be with me. Enjoy the whole life. I have sufficient wealth. Or you get punished by all the peoples. But Satanji told, this life is completely dedicated to Krishna. Whether you kill or the people in this village kills or the king kills, but I will never do any sinful life, any sinful act. Then she shouted and villagers came. They brought Sadanji to the court. And Sadanji thought, what is the Leela or pastimes of Lord Jagannath? If Lord Jagannath want to punish me, then how can I get freed? If karma want to punish me, then I cannot get out of it. So in that, there was Badshah that time, during Mughal time. So some 300, 400 years ago. 300 years ago, maybe. So Badshah heard everything. He was a good ruler. He thought that this person, by seeing the person, he was not believing that this person could have done it. But this person, he himself is agreeing. He told, whatever this woman tells, that is the truth. Consider it as truth. You may consider whatever the woman is telling, that is the truth. I have no counter argument. Right? If you do not counter, that means the opponent is winning. So whatever the blame against him was accepted. So the punishment at that time is to cut both the hand. So the Badshah men came and cut both of the hand of the devotee Sadanji. Lord Jagannath, then he didn't punish further because cut both the hand and released him. Blood was oozing and he was getting pain, but he didn't stop going Jagannath Puri. Lord Jagannath sent Paliki Palanquin, you know, Palanquin. Palanquin came, Lord Jagannath's associates are carrying the palanquin to bring this devotee. Then they were asking, who is Sadanji? Who is Sadanji? Then Sadanji told, I am Sadanji. I am Sadan. Then they all took Sadanji. Sadanji was not agreeing, but they all took Sadanji to Jagannath Puri. When he reached there, then he prayed, Lord Jagannath, I am coming to meet you for first time. And what is bad fortune that I am unable to offer you my obeisances? Because no hand. How can I fold my hand? So he was thinking in the mind, and automatically both the hand came as it is. So this is the great story. See, by his humble character, even though there is lots of force against him, even though he was not having enough knowledge how to be freed from the woman, and woman applied all of his tricks, strength, politics, even up to the last moment there was scope, but he never fell in the trap. So the test of Lord Jagannath is not that simple to overcome Maya. It is the taste of Maya that we have to be completely dependent on the mercy of the Lord. Then it is possible that a devotee can overcome Maya. So this way it is very essential that our mind needs sufficient training. We must free our mind by giving the true identity that I am part and parcel of Lord. So, being part and parcel of the Lord, what is my duty? My duty is to re-establish the forgotten relationship. Krishna Vismruti. We have forgotten Krishna, that is the problem, right? If disease is forgetting Krishna, then what will be the medicine? Huh? You are doctor now, you tell what is the medicine? No, disease is forgetting. Then what is the medicine? Remembrance. Simple things. If forgetting is the disease, remembrance is the medicine, right? Then how do we remember? Is the question. How do we remember Krishna? By associating with the devotees, by giving up this material taste, rasavarja, rasopi paradushta nivartante, by enjoying spiritual tastes. So this way we can progress further. Controlling the mind is key to control all the urges. If mind is controlled, then anger is controlled. Right? If anger is controlled, then your speech is controlled. All this problem we are creating by harsh words when we are falling trap of anger, right? If you are peaceful, you are not anger state. Will you do anything wrong, right? All the problems we counter with friends, teachers, principals, parents, everywhere because of our anger. And anger is there because of uncontrolled mind. Dhayat visayan pusa sangaste upajayate sangat sanjayat kama kamat krodho vijayat. When we contemplate on certain subjects, Visaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarja rasopi paradushta nivartante. We just spoke, right? Visaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina. We are entitled to conquer this meditations of subject matter. Meditation of over enjoying taste in Sravana, Darsana, Ghrana, bhojana, vasana. These are the 5 things we are doing, right? Sravana, darshana, grana, bhojana, vasana means touch, tactile enjoyment, right? All that you are doing from Visaya. Dhyata Visayan Pumsa. When we contemplate on those subjects, Sangastesu Upajayate, we get a strong desire to enjoy. The mind bonds us. The more you contemplate on the subject, the more it bonds. Like who has more experience of enjoying those subjects, get more burning. Who are less experienced, they get less burning. Right? But do you think this is only this life's experience? How a child is attracted to all these things, even though he is not having a prolonged experience? It is all in the consciousness stream, life after life. And when there is water, it gets germinates. When there is water, sunlight, and earth, the places to germinate, it is in the seed form, in the consciousness. And when it gets the proper environment, it fructifies. It germinates and further gradually fructifies. Right? So, this contemplation is the starting point. Tam adau niyamya. So, if you want to control it, you should carve it from the beginning. Is it possible to take away the mind from the Visaya? Possible? Yes. That is what we are talking. Visaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarja rasapi paradrushta nivartante. Transforming them. Just like a child. Child is insisting for doll. If that doll is not there, you give another doll. Then child may understand that, okay, some doll is there. Let me play with this doll. Or you may give better doll. Better doll. Right? He's needing for doll. So senses are looking for enjoyment. Mind is looking for enjoyment. Give them spiritual enjoyment. Right? So this way you have to carve it from the beginning. And you have to practice abhyasa and vairagya, detachment. These are the 3 principles to tame it. From the beginning, remember, note it down, very important. When to control your mind, 3 things are very important. First thing that you have to control it from the beginning. More it goes, then more difficult it is to counter it. Right? Carve it from the beginning. Then abhyasa. What is that abhyasa? Rasa varja rasa. Giving it higher taste. And you habituate with higher taste. Right? And sometimes detachment. With vairagya. Not attached to the sense enjoyments. Give it higher taste and detach from it. Abhyas. Practice it. Regulated devotional service. Practice to disobey the mind. The mind is like a madman. Will come that in the further slides. When you are in the street, sometimes some madman throws some dust or something, whatever, some bottle. Do you get angry because you know that that person is a madman? You don't listen that person, whatever he speaks. This mind is also a madman. Don't listen to this mind. But when you know you and your mind are 2 different things, you give your mind your identity, it took all your energy. Where is your energy to counter? Mind has all of your energy plus it has Maya Shakti. That's why it overpowers. First, that is the mathematical formula. right? You know, there is a story in Mahabharata was the maternal uncle of Sahadeva, Nakula and Sahadeva. He has the ability to take half power of the other person. Even Bali, the ability to take half power of the other person. Half power means if you, whatever energy you have, so 50% he will take. He has his own energy. Now whatever energy you had, now you have half and he is having half. Then now he has become powerful, right? Understood? So whatever energy you have, that energy already mind got, right? Because you are unable to differentiate yourself from mind, right? Then it has Maya Shakti. Then where is the possibility to defeat the mind? Understood? So those who want to control these urges of the mind, they have to do abhyasa, bhakti yoga abhyasa. They have to curb it from the beginning, practice with a saintly person. You should have a strong determination. Those who do not celebrate, those who do not follow the spiritual practices, they cannot keep any promise. Many more things that what is value education. I have slides for that. We'll come to that. Sanskara. If it is not developed, we will not be able to regulate ourselves. Right? So if we are not able to regulate, then what is the possibility that we will be having a good practice or regulative principles? Right? So we have to know the process of regulating the senses. Right? So we'll discuss that in detail. What is value education? Value education is the urgent at this modern age. The young energy is completely getting destroyed because of no proper value educations. In modern education system, even they train against value educations. In the name, like Ayurveda is a field of medicinal study or health science study is completely ignored by so-called modern researchers, right? Sometimes they say against celibacy, right? Sometimes they they say other way around. If you don't go by the celibacy principle, you will get relaxed, this and that. So many nonsense researches are there, isn't it? Dopamine, all these things are there. So what researchers say, what is that attractive for others and themselves? They want to give a good package, good hearing to you, right? They want to sell their medicines. They want to sell their kids, right? If they say against their medicines, their kids, you know, there are big medicine mafias are there. They are ruling the health sciences, right? So now it is Ayurveda which give you the right shelter, which study kapha, vata, pitta, nadi, the nervous systems. All are interconnected, right? The nerves, the hormones, all are interconnected. So the holistic study, the holistic research is required. And research ignoring Ayurveda cannot be holistic. Is not it? Do you agree? Yeah, you are also getting Ayurvedic courses. Good. So people like you are very much required in this society. So the integration of science, spirituality are very much required to save the world. You might have great power. When you start Linux, what is the message? Great power comes with great responsibility. You are only focusing on power, which are creating atom bombs, and you are forgetting the responsibility. You all students, everybody using computer, right? Everybody reading this once they log into Linux. Great power comes with great responsibility. Where is that great responsibility? right? So this way, we have to meditate on these things. It is very urgent that value education must be imparted. Mind as a madman. This story I was telling to you, right? So ignore the instruction of mind, self-discipline yourself from sensory distractions. Bhajana, prayer, meditations to regulate the mind. So adau niyamya, I told you that Bhagavad Gita sloka. Adau niyama, carve it from the beginning. How? Adau means from the beginning. Niyam means regulate. How to regulate? The 5 principles Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told. What are those 5 principles? Or ABCD simply. Association, book reading, chanting of holy name, taking Krishna Prasad, diet as Krishna Prasad, D for diet as Krishna Prasad, or dovetailing your activities. Devotional service. Dovetailing, you understand? Dovetailing means whatever you are doing, do it for Krishna. That is dovetailing. That is for D. E for enchanted devotional service. Raganuga Bhakti. Knowing Krishna as your dear one. Maybe your friend, maybe your son, maybe you are his servant, or in Santarasa, maybe your lover. Enchanted devotional service. Right? So this way, by serving him, so there is a shloka. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtana, Bhagavata Sravana, Mathuravasa, Srimurtira Sradhaya Sevana. Sadhu Sangha means associated with the devotee. Bhagavata Sravana, book reading or hearing from devotee, right? Bhagavad Sravana. Mathura Vasa. Mathura Vasa is like when you obey spiritual master or you reside in the abode like Vrindavan, Mathura or Sikhetra Puridham or Godadesa. Godadesa means Navadip. Or you simply reside wherever you are, but you obey your spiritual master. Jaha Amar Gurudev Saita Vrindavan. Wherever you obey the instruction of your Guru, there is Vrindavan. Vrindavan will manifest in your heart. The other way is difficult, but this way is easy. Going Vrindavan and offending Vrindavan is very dangerous. Not being in Vrindavan, but manifesting in the Vrindavan is much more greater. What is greater, you tell? Manifesting Vrindavan in your heart or going Vrindavan and offending to devotees of don't understand what is Vrindavana, Taru, Latika, Vanira, Khagamugra, Khaga, Mruga, Kula, Malaya, Batasa. Do you know Brahmadrishti? Do you have Brahmadrishti? You see, Srila Gurudev, do you see as he is the dearmost devotee of Krishna? What is the pranam mantra you do for your Gurudev? Namong Vishnu Padaya. The lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. Krishna Presthaya. Prestha means dear. He is dearmost of Krishna. Krishna Presthaya Bhutale. Namong Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale. In this world, right? Do you see Guru like him, like this? Then that is Brahmadrishti. Who has Brahmadrishti, he will see Lord in everybody's act. Brahmane, Gabhyastine, Soni Jaiva Sopake, Pandita Samdarsine. Vidya Vinaya Sampanna. Vidya means the true education, value education. Vinaya means humility. Who is having value education? His first symptom that he is having humility in him. Compassion in him. Right? So with that, one can actually, when one obey, when one takes shelter of a bona fide spiritual master, then he remains in this game of controlling the mind. Two important things. Regular hearing, chanting with great devotees, A, B, C, D, all that you do. Without association, even you will not sustain in reading. You will not get interest in reading. If you don't have association of the devotees, today you hear something, no? You develop some interest in reading. You hear some sloka, you want to go deeper into that. So you will search your books, right? So without association of devotee, you will also not get interest in reading. And without association of devotee, you will not get hearing. Right? So association and hearing, reading all are interlinked. Right? So with this process, you can develop further, pray, Supreme Personality of Godhead. Here he is praying in the mic, or you can, that is Sankirtan. Or you can do chanting. You can just meditate on Lord and chant in your mouth. Just whatever you chant, you hear that. With that, your mind will be regulated. Krishna Shakti bina tara nahi pravartan. You cannot regulate it without the energy of Krishna. You will win. It is not an ordinary fight. This fight is even more dangerous than Mahabharata. There are Karna, Drona, and Bhishma. All are invincible. Nobody can be conquered. But Arjuna gave up his intelligence and wanted to Krishna drive his chariot. This body is like chariot. Arjuna completely gave up his own intelligence. His intelligence was telling not to kill Karna when he was not in the chariot. But Lord told. But he didn't obey his own intelligence. Right? Completely gave up his intelligence to Krishna. So without you give up, without you depend on the intelligence of Guru and Krishna, then your intelligence will take you to the path of the mind. Right? And we are there always in the path of the mind. So regulating mind means you must be getting regulated through the intelligence of Guru and Krishna. Regular association with the devotees. And chanting. Chanting is like danda, prahar, beating the mind. Mind is getting overpowered, beat him. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Right? Mind always, you see, you do some activities. That is, I myself experience. You give some goal to your mind. Always give some goal. Goal setting. There is a special class. There is slide for that. Someday I can present. Goal setting. Strength and weak analysis. These are required. You always give some goal to your mind. Chanting this many rhymes. Studying this many books. Or weekly one presentations on certain topic which is you are suffering the most. Before going to bed, what has happened to me this day? Maintaining a introspection diary. These things will help you a lot. Start from today, you will realize maintaining introspection diary is very, very important. And give goal to mind. You know, bhoot ka laddu. The ghost, the laddu from the ghost. The sense enjoyment, right? The mind which is it is looking, it is giving the laddu of ghost. It is no value. Right? It is just pisachi paile jana batula hoy man. Become like a madman for nothing. No outcome. No real enjoyment is there. Only suffering. Right? So when you do this mind is like also bhut, you know, betala, pisach, what they do. If you give them some work, they will engage in the work. They cannot disturb you. Even so, even suppose in your home, children are there. They're troubling you. What you should do? Give them some task, right? Your mind is troubling you. Give it some task. So idle mind is the devil's workshop. Practical things, right? So this way you should control and discipline your mind. Performing a duty with intelligence. We can cover maybe half, it's better. This is a very important aspect. I don't want to cut short it. That way your learning will be less. We want to impress this mind with heaviness, right? Because this mind need heavy stick on it, right? Until you give it heavy dose, heavy power, it's not going to obey. What is the meaning of listening so much and not doing anything? Right? So, have we reached the time today? Do you want to listen a little more? Okay. So, performing duty with intelligence, cultivating Buddhi Yoga and detachment. I just told you a little bit about Buddhi Yoga. This intelligence has to be driven by the relationship with God. Identity. We have started this slide with this presentation with first thing. What is that? Identity. We have identity crisis. We have given our identity to mind. We have tried to become Lord over material nature. We are Sat Chit Ananda, but we have given up, sold our identity to Satya Rajatam. Is not it? Guna gunas vartante itimatta na sajjate. Those who are able to conquer that guna, these three modes of material nature, everything that you see are made of material nature. Guna. Based on the gross desire, the material environment you find. Based on your desire and gross desire, there is suitability. Karya karanam kartute hetur prakriti uchyate. Someone want to give somebody pain and someone has the karma to suffer the pain. They are united. Just like that example I was giving, no? The calf need to be punished because he was the man who killed the other. And the one who got killed need to take the revenge, the law of karma. So Prakriti arranges them. So why do you think that you are the doer? Ahankara vimudatma karta hamiti manyate. Because of mistaken identity, because of not knowing him as part and parcel, because of not knowing him as a Atma, because of not knowing his intrinsic nature. Antar guna, tatastha lakshana. There is two kinds, intrinsic and extrinsic. External identity, material identity is tatastha. When we give up our identity, we think that we are of this body and the enjoyment of the body is everything, and you live by that, then that is tatastha. Right? You are on the shore of the ocean but not able to enter the ocean. You are in the land side. Understood? So this way, it is very essential that we have to take the path of intelligence. But are we able to get intelligence? Sankhya Yoga. To get intelligence, first you must know who you are. Sankhya Yoga. You are Atman. You cannot be destroyed. You cannot be cut into pieces. You can never die. So those who are in such knowledge, they neither kill others nor get killed. But who is getting killed? Who is killing? This body, this mind, but you are getting punished. See, such a heinous crime this mind can do in 5 minutes, that you have to remain in lifetime imprisonment or hanging. Right? Understood? Who is enjoying here? Pancha Indriyani, these five senses. Who is getting tortured? You are getting caged. Lifetime imprisonment, you are getting caged. And again, after this world, then there is Narakaloka, Jamadanda. Right? So those who are not thinking these subjects, they get life after life suffering in this material world. So it is essential that we know the science of soul. Without knowing the science of soul, you cannot enter into Buddhi Yoga. Then once you know the soul, then whether you take the path of Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, is your choice. So here, लोकेस्मिन् दिवधानिष्ठा पूरा प्रोक्ता मयनघ ज्ञान योगेन सांख्यानाम कर्म योगेन योगिनाम. There are two kind of interest in people. Some follow the path of jnana yoga, some follow the path of karma yoga. But if this intelligence, this sankhya, this intelligence is engaging yourself in the service of the Lord, then it also as good as karma yoga. The yoga means connected. If it connect to God, if it gives required intelligence to serve God, but if it give you the intelligence to make yourself God, then you are in the trap of again ahankara. It's very subtle. Mostly knowledgeous people suffering that. He thinks that he himself can become Krishna. Then again further difficulty is that he thinks that Krishna, when he took birth as a human being, he was also like us. This is another bigger offense. One, that he is thinking he will become Krishna. Second is that Krishna also was like him. Because when he was human being, so he was also like us. This kind of offense come to Gyanis, possibly. Right? So until they take shelter of Lord Krishna, Guru, Sadhu, a bona fide spiritual representative, in a bona fide disciplic succession, they cannot get that. Okay, then we'll end from here. Okay, question answer. Can you come little closer? I am not able to hear properly.
Suppose my dream is to become a neurosurgeon. So I am just searching into Google who are the topmost neurosurgeons, what did they lead it, how did they reach to their career. That will help me to excel to study the same college. There's Finance finally is the topmost college for PG neuroscience. In similar way, to render my devotional service to Krishna, if I keep my role model is Arjuna, because like we are hearing now that challenge, we know to some extent 10%, 20%, with some know, then some know more about Arjuna. But as far as I know, like he was the closest to Krishna as a householder, and like everyone, it is not possible to leave the world and get educational service. So some prefer to do their day-to-day job also and engage in educational service also. So is it wrong to like consider my role model as Arjuna, so that I will the more I try to become Arjuna, the more I will be closer to Krishna, because like he was 24 into 7 into 65 listen to Krishna, he was the always worship Krishna.
It is always required that we get inspired by a Mahabhagavata. So Arjuna was a Mahabhagavata. See, the faith of Arjuna, right? the faith of Arjuna in Krishna. There's such a strong faith in the courage, the way Arjuna was fighting. If you get inspired with that courage, then you can only conquer mind. If you become a weak warrior to fight against mind, then mind is going to conquer over you. Think in this spirit. Get the spirit of Arjuna while fighting against the mind. To tame the mind. Just like in the fight, sometimes you defeat the other persons, then other person become your servant. Right? Arjuna defeated that Khandava Vana, right? So then he could get Indraprastha. Like when you defeat some big warrior, that warrior also become your servant. Yeah. So when you defeat this mind, then this mind will become your servant. You'll be like your best disciple. Whatever you will tell your mind, you will do that. Right? So it is essential. There is a fight going on in our within, antakarana. Within means antakarana, inside. We have to fight against the mind and conquer over it. So you get inspired by Arjuna, then you will have strong faith that definitely Krishna will protect me. Even though that serpent astra thrown by Karna, Ashok Sena, his Senapati, Takya Senapati, he was sitting there. Still, Krishna applied the force and it got down. It got down and saved Arjuna. Then there was a weapon given by Indra that it can not be countered. So Krishna utilized it against the son of Bhima. What is his name? Ghatatkacha. And many weapons by all these brilliant warriors, invincible, all were countered by Krishna. He had that great faith. So with that great faith, you surrender to Krishna, depend on Krishna, become a warrior like Arjuna to fight against this mind. Get inspired by Arjuna and get inspired by the devotion of Arjuna. So what is that instructed to Arjuna? He followed as it is. And what is that instructed in Bhagavad Gita? He followed as it is. Right? So these kind of inspirations are very much required. When you follow some Mahabhagavata like Arjuna, then definitely your life is going to be successful. And the path of journey will be easy. So there are many Mahabhagavatas also. You read the stories of the Mahabhagavata. And in the recent times, the 6 Goswamis, Srila Prabhupada, our Guru Maharaj, you read their life histories, will be inspired. In the scientific journal especially, you know the life and history of Dr. T.D. Singh, our Guru Maharaj. You will be getting inspirations, lots of inspirations to make a good career that can be engaged in the service of Lord. Any good thing in you, any kind of skills, maybe biology, maybe chemistry, maybe art, maybe any skills like music, anything, everything can be utilized to glorify Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by that way, you will be freed from the attachment of the senses. And it is very much required before giving up this body, we must conquer the urges of the senses, urges of the mind. Then we'll be eligible to enter the kingdom of God and stop the repeated cycle of birth and death. Jaha prak sodhum sarira vimukshyanat. Before giving up this body, who is able to control the urges of the senses. Sa mukti pade dayava is eligible to enter the spiritual kingdom. It is good that you are getting inspiration to read Arjuna's story and Arjuna's character, guna. Vaishnavara, guna karma. Both are divya. So you know it, get inspired and fulfill your life. Hare Krishna. No more questions?
Like you said, Vrindavan, if you are here and you are Vrindavan is inside our heart, there is no other than staying and doing all. Because I am in the long run, I am planning me whether so they are planning to do it like suppose in the long run, okay, hospital or a small clinic where some of my batchmates are also taking spirituality. So in Vrindavan maybe or in Puri, in some spiritual places should be found up a hospital, and that is like mostly for the devotees first of all, and also the commoners there. So in that case, we will be there outside also like spirituality will be there, inside our heart also spirituality will be there. Then there won't be any scope.
सोने पे सुगंध.
Always
हाँ, उसको कहते हैं ना सोने पे सुगंध. Gold, do you have a smell in gold? No. But if there is smell in the gold, it's like that. You are doing your most aspiring what you love, and that is for spirituality. It's very good. So when you are doing your guna and karma or swadharma, but if this swadharma is serving superior, swadharmam parinishthaya, if you are dedicated or serving Lord with swadharma, then that is great. Always try to serve your swadharma, means what is your own duty, acquired duty. With that acquired duty, if you serve Lord, not only you will do best in that field, but also you will get the objective of human form of life, the peace, the happiness, the pleasure, and ultimately go back Godhead. Thank you. Hare Krishna. जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की, जय भक्ति वेदांत इंस्टीट्यूट की, जय गुरु महाराज श्री श्रीपाद की, जय श्री प्रभुपाद की, जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल.